they do this dance, and Mark Antony's like, go, put your hands on your mother's hips.
All right, guys, the Beckham family drama continues to escalate after firstborn son Brooklyn Beckham blasted his famous parents, David and Victoria, in a long and emotional Instagram message.
I tried to teach my kids, but, you have to sometimes let them make those mistakes.
Brooklyn Beckham recently shared a message that surprised many people and likely caught Victoria and David off guard. His words brought attention to moments from his wedding that had never been openly discussed. He described an uncomfortable scene where his mother danced closely with him on stage, behavior that some guests found awkward to watch. According to online reactions, it may not have been only Brooklyn who felt uneasy during that moment. In this video, the focus is on what truly happened during Brooklyn's wedding day, and why he later chose to distance himself from his family. On January 19th, he posted a long explanation online, speaking honestly about his strained relationship with his parents, why he stayed quiet for so long, and how he plans to move ahead now. Brooklyn explained that throughout his life, his parents controlled public stories about their household. He said he tried to keep private matters out of the spotlight, but recent events pushed him to speak. He claimed false stories were shared to protect appearances, even if others were hurt in the process. He also spoke about his 2022 marriage to Nicola. According to him, his parents interfered before the ceremony and continued afterward. He shared that Victoria unexpectedly refused to design Nicola's dress shortly before the wedding, leaving her scrambling for another option. Brooklyn said his upbringing involved strict control over his relationships, career choices, and daily life. When he finally chose love on his own terms, he felt strong resistance. That struggle, he explained, led him to step away and choose independence.
The Beckhams are completely media savvy, but that is a testament to their brilliance, and that shouldn't be seen as a negative. In America, that'd be seen as a positive. It's only in the UK that's seen as a possible negative. The Beckhams have built a phenomenal global brand.
Part of brand Beckham was her being this very serious, very sort of moody sort of...
I think that a lot of people think of me as a stuck-up miserable cow, probably.
In 2016, Victoria registers the name Brooklyn Beckham as an EU trademark.
If your name is globally famous like the Beckhams, yes, it is normal to, and sensible, I'd say, not just normal, sensible to trademark any way that name can be used. And clearly, if your name is Beckham and you're the children of the Beckham brand, at some point you're going to probably use your name, or may use your name, to advance your own career.
Having the brand name Brooklyn Beckham trademarked safeguards his name and also gives him business opportunities, but it is a very irregular commodification of a person, and it is saying, we see you as a person, but we also see you as a business opportunity.
For years, the Beckham family reportedly viewed their children as part of a larger brand, rather than simply as sons and daughters. According to Brooklyn, once his parents realized they could no longer direct his choices, tensions grew fast. He claimed that control slowly turned into punishment, especially when he refused to follow their expectations. Brooklyn suggested that his mother, Victoria, struggled with his marriage to Nicola. He said she felt threatened by the bond he built with his wife and had difficulty accepting that another woman now played the most important role in his life. In his statement, Brooklyn revealed that his parents tried to prevent Nicola from using the Beckham surname. Weeks before the ceremony, he said they pushed him repeatedly to sign away legal rights connected to his last name. He claimed offers and pressure were used, all with a deadline set before the wedding. When he refused, the relationship changed and he felt treated differently from that point forward. Another painful moment involved the seating arrangement at the reception. Brooklyn and Nicola chose to seat their grandmothers at the main table out of respect, since both women had lost their husbands. Even though David and Victoria had nearby tables, Brooklyn said his mother reacted angrily and accused him of being cruel. Drama continued during the celebration itself. Brooklyn described how his planned first dance with Nicola was interrupted. Instead, his mother stepped in and danced closely with him in front of everyone. He said the moment left him embarrassed and deeply uncomfortable, especially on a night meant to honor his marriage. A wedding DJ later confirmed that the situation felt tense and awkward. He noticed how uneasy both Brooklyn and Nicola appeared. To him, the moment symbolized deeper family problems, rather than a single incident. Brooklyn's message marked the first time anyone from the family openly addressed long-standing rumors. He has since shared plans to write a book, promising to reveal hidden truths. That decision, many believe, is what truly worries the Beckham brand.
Let's start with David and Victoria Beckham. They are reportedly in crisis mode. Amid speculation, their eldest son Brooklyn is preparing to publish a tell-all biography exposing his allegedly greedy and self-obsessed parents. Beckham biographer Tom Bauer has written in the Daily Mail, Brooklyn might be a spoiled brat, but when it comes to sympathy, the 26-year-old wins hands down. If there were ever a victim of rapacious parents and a dysfunctional family, it's the Beckham's eldest son. Wow, Kinsey, this sounds appalling, and yet I can't look away.
And Tom Bauer always has his hands exactly where we want it, whether it's Harry and Meghan drama or the Beckhams. Tom Bauer is the guy. I don't doubt that growing up in the Beckham household came with pressure, but I have a hard time extending real sympathy to someone who has been handed every possible advantage. Brooklyn has had to work for very little, married into a billionaire family, and will never face genuine financial insecurity. At some point, we need to reserve our empathy for real world struggles, not extremely privileged adults who resent the very lives their parents built for them. I think David and Victoria understand the business, the stakes, and the long game. Brooklyn, frankly, is still figuring out who he is, and let's hope it's not a chef, okay?
Yeah. Or a photographer, because that photography book, that ain't a work of genius. But I have heard other commentators, people who are normally trusted.
This situation became public because the Beckhams refused to adjust their behavior. Fat Tony said Brooklyn had tried many times to speak privately, but no one listened. With no other option, he spoke out. Now, insiders say the family is preparing a controlled response.
These accusations that Brooklyn has now put out publicly, they're so specific about the wedding dress being hijacked last minute, about his mother supposedly jumping in on his first dance and acting inappropriately. The fact that it is so specific, from a PR perspective, does that make it harder to defend against, that it isn't something vague and general?
Well, it's certainly difficult when it is a family drama as opposed to two different parties. You know, it's certainly within the family. But proper damage control right now does not look like an Instagram statement. It's about containment. It is likely legal. It is NDAs. It's looking at contracts line by line. It is not going to be about dismantling the narrative that Brooklyn is putting out there. Victoria and David Beckham right now need to contain the brand, keep their collaboration safe and let everybody know that everything is fine, and be a little quiet at the moment. There should be a statement, but it shouldn't match their sons.
All right, guys, the Beckham family drama continues to escalate after firstborn son Brooklyn Beckham blasted his famous parents, David and Victoria, in a long and emotional Instagram message. Now, David is hitting back on those allegations. Watch.
They make mistakes. Children are allowed to make mistakes. That's how they learn. So that's what I try to teach my kids. But you have to sometimes let them make those mistakes.
I don't know why I'm always shocked by that British accent. Okay, Caroline, you're obsessed with this. Tell us more.
Okay, so I don't like to see big families fracturing, especially famous ones. Although I'm a firm believer that when you marry your spouse, they become your family. The extended family comes second.
Many expected this outcome. Brooklyn later hosted a vow renewal without relatives, feeling uneasy after the wedding. He and Nicola believed the day was spoiled.
Nicola and Brooklyn pelts Beckham, bride and groom once again.
My gorgeous wife, she looks amazing tonight.
Brooklyn's truly like my best friend and also like the love of my life, so it's been nice.
So nice, they did it twice. Brooklyn and Nicola renewing their vows 3 years into wedded bliss.
She's the best and she's doing her thing and I'm so happy.
The intimate affair taking place at the Peltz family estate in New York. Nicola serving bridal elegance in wedding white, Brooklyn keeping it classic in a black tuxedo. The actress's family was all there to celebrate. And get this, Nicola's dad, billionaire investor Nelson Peltz, officiated the ceremony.
I have 7 siblings. So I think he loves being with my family and just being around so many boys. I think he has like built-in boy best friends now.
But what about Brooklyn's family? Well, David, Victoria, Romeo, Cruz, and Harper seemingly did not attend. Instead, enjoying a European vacay amid continuing rumors of a family rift.
Surprisingly, some critics dislike Brooklyn for speaking up. They feel he is hurting the family image, while others believe he owes his parents nothing at all.
Brooklyn, in his case, this is just tainting the business brand, the Beckham family, and he's allowed to do that. However, I will say, Brooklyn Beckham has benefited from a huge amount of nepotism, which I know is an ugly word, but he would be nothing if not for his famous footballer dad and his posh Spice Girl mom. He wouldn't have his amateur cooking channel. He wouldn't have his modeling career. So I think a little bit more gratitude is due. There's been so many scandals of celebrity families where the parents are negligent, they're abusive to their children. That is not what's happening here. An overbearing, devouring mother, that's a common trope. Everyone has that experience, I think, with the mother-in-law. But to be a little bit over-invested in your children is not a crime. There's a difference between a helicopter parent and an abusive one.
A lot to unpack.
Okay, I'm done. That was everything right
Lisa,
there.
This is devil's advocate. I mean, he would still have his looks, so maybe the modeling career could come. But here's the thing. Do you agree with Caroline? Is this the Yoko Ono of the Beckham family, or is it Brooklyn?
I think Brooklyn and Nicola are both complete spoiled brats. To turn on your parents publicly is a reflection of you and your character. And if I were Nicola, I'd be embarrassed by my husband who's acting like a little boy, a child, putting out this ridiculous statement. Also, by the way, one of the issues that he cites is that somehow Victoria Beckham pulled the rug out from underneath Nicola with a wedding dress at the 11th hour. But in Vogue, she talks about working with Valentino for an entire year on a custom gown that she wore down the aisle, including 2 trips to headquarters in Rome. So I think this is a bunch of baloney.
This public image that's very masterful, they're very likable, relatable, but it's not authentic. What do you say to that? I mean, I remember the whole Rebecca Luz thing, the fact that David was sleeping with the nanny and Victoria just looked the other way and it wasn't an isolated incident. And then it makes you question the whole persona, the whole image they put out, whether there's anything real about it.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Bauer wrote a really great book about your point right there, about how so much of it is theater, so much of it is highly choreographed, and how hateful they could be towards each other in this pursuit for fame, celebrity, and money. But I'm obsessed with it. I can't not love them. I don't know. There's something that the ambition in them, I admire it. I admire the never complain, never explain. They continue to show up. I admire the commitment, Rita.
Brooklyn is not tearing down the Beckham name. If anything, he is the first one willing to stop hiding behind it. For years, the family image focused on perfection, while control quietly replaced healthy boundaries. Even in their documentary, David and Victoria addressed cheating rumors, yet their answers left many people confused and uneasy.
There were some days that I would wake up and think, how am I going to go?
It's worth remembering that David once missed his son's birth while out socializing, which says a lot about the family dynamic. This situation goes far beyond one dance or public comment. It reflects years of control, blurred boundaries, and a carefully shaped image that came at a real personal cost. Brooklyn didn't cause these problems by speaking up. He simply brought them into the light. With his book coming soon, this story is far from over.